Well, we got the CJRB Maileah right here in hand. Yeah, I like this. I got this from White Mountain Knives, and it's very inexpensive if you've seen it online, and it seems to be popular these days. Let me grab my sheet here. It's a rockin' 45 bucks, I guess. And I got the natural G10, but you can get it in red, you can get it in black, and it's got this red hardware and stuff on it. So that's pretty cool. Also, the basic stats are here. 5.5 inches overall length, closed length 3.14, 2.4 inch blade length. It's AR-RPM9 blade steel at a 58 to 60, Warncliffe steel pocket clip, etc. And so what is AR? Well, AR-RPM9 is a new steel that CJRB or Artisan has had developed for them for use as a, a budget type blade steel, but one that should be pretty good for edge retention, also easy to resharpen, that kind of thing, a good user steel. But what's in it? Well, you can look that up online. I'll give you a link to the video that they did on Artisan's site revealing the composition, because you can't keep that secret. It's really easy to do with a PMI analyzer and everything. But 0.9%, not quite 1% carbon, so that's pretty healthy. 18% chromium, 1% moly, 0.45 manganese, vanadium, cobalt, silicon, nickel, etc., etc. Okay, so looking at it, it looks like a bolstered version of 9CR18 to me. I mean, because 9 and then CR18, which would be chromium 18%, MOV. So you got the moly, etc. So to me, that's what it looks like. And so I like 9CR18 MOV. I think it's a good one. It's a true stainless, that's for sure. So that's good. So it should be pretty corrosion resistant. It should be fairly easy to sharpen. And will it cut anything? Well, let's find out. Small knife. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Nice. This one's sharp. This one's sharp. Let me see if it tells you anything here. Well, there you go. Yeah, I wrote Maileah on the back because a lot of their CJRB boxes don't give you the name of the model. They just give you the model number, which is meaningless to me. And it comes in a little box, just a little piece of plastic and that kind of thing in there that it comes in, but nothing here or there. White Mountain, if it's 46 bucks, then 10% off using LTK as your discount code makes it $4.60 less. And remind you, some of these sites you're having to pay sales tax on, which would be another $4 and something. But so far, White Mountain, I don't see them charging sales tax, and they don't charge shipping even for something like this. So I don't think so. You'll check on their site and see if there's a specific minimum, but I don't remember seeing one. Now, this is a front flipper, by the way, and this is Swags. I remember when I got this, I've had this for weeks now, but I looked up Swags trying to figure out who is this designer, and it's a female. I'll give you the link to her Instagram, but this is pretty cool. And look at the back spacer. Then you have your little lanyard area, deep carry pocket clip, right and left hand. That's one thing that Artisan and or CJRB, I want to switch the R and the J around. CJRB are kind of famous for, giving you a lot of knives that they produce in a left and right hand version. So yes, but this is small. This is small. Where's my little dragonfly? I mean, we're getting close, right, to the Spyderco Dragonfly. Very small. If I had anything else kind of small around here, well, all I got hanging out here is my Para 3, and the Para 3 looks huge compared to it. Let me grab my little penguin. And whoop, there we go, QSP Penguin. Oh yeah, it still looks big compared to the Maileah. So, okay, it's a small knife, and let's put a tape to it just to accentuate that. You already saw the specs. Under 2.5 inch blade, 63 millimeters and 5.5 inches overall at 14 centimeters. Grab the blade stock here and see what we've got. Yeah, 2.4 millimeter blade stock. Whoop, get back on here. 0.09 of an inch, 2.4. And then how fat? 9.7 at 0.38. So definitely thinner than the Para 3 at 0.45. So slender. You know, really though, what, a 3-finger knife at best. Got a little choil up front, so that's nice. Liner lock. We'll take it apart, take a look on the inside. And you got pretty standard fare for hardware in here. But the fit and the finish, I mean, I'm not feeling any gotchas or sharp edges or anything. And they've beveled these scales off pretty well all the way around. Deep carry, like I said, really deep carry pocket clip. And even though they've mounted it on top of the scale instead of machining into the scale, but that's because they're giving you right and left hand options there. But at least they gave you flat screws. So you're in good shape there, where, you know, some knives that are deep carry, those are not flat screws, but it's machined into the scales. But there's no left-hand option, right? So, okay. Nice. Light. Hopefully. It feels light in the hand. Wow. Yeah, 2.23. Just a little bit more weight on it than the Benchmade Bug Out. Of course, smaller than the Benchmade Bug Out, 63.2 grams. Kicks right open. Let me see, I'm releasing here, and it's swinging down. Yeah, I mean, actually, I'm surprised it drops as well as it does, as light as that blade is. And you can kick it open with the thumb studs or with this flipper, front flipper, and you know, you can just kick it open like that. It's really not that difficult to hold onto the knife because you got some height here on the scales. So, and it's not difficult to disengage the liner. So what is that lockup? It's about 25%. I'm getting no blade play or lock rock. Let me see if it's centered. Yes, it's centered. I like the red hardware on it. That with the red scales really looks nice if you saw that one I just showed you. But yeah, this, of course, I like the natural G10 because I like natural G10, but also it's easy to dye almost any color. So you could dye this purple or blue or whatever color the Maileah doesn't come in. And what I've seen is it comes in black, the natural, and the red. So you want it purple, you want it blue, you want it whatever, maybe a green, you could do that with this. So that's a good option there. Looks like entree to the front with the number 8 and the actual, there's nothing here to do that. So if you're going to take it apart, you take it apart from the front, which we will be doing. Now let's look at blade to handle length. And blade to handle length is all she needs to be. Let's see if I can touch that. No, I can't, but I'm surprised I can't. And design flow is fine. Of course, this is intentional here because it's a front flipper. So, but I mean, I like the overall design of it. I think it's a really cool looking little knife, really stealth, easy, discreet carry. And the ambidextrous thumb studs make it so easy. Kick this over now. To kick it open with your thumb. And middle finger. And since it's a liner lock, you're not putting any pressure on a lock bar over here. Bang. And it goes down, it hits my thumb, but it's not enough weight on that blade to cut me. Thank God, because that blade is sharp, as we saw. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. I think that was a really interesting project for them, and putting their AR for artisan, then RPM, think about your RPM gauge, RPM9. So AR-RPM9 is, I couldn't get that thing together. First of all, CJRB was hard enough for me because I always wanted to go CRJB. And then AR-RPM9, I kept going, okay, there's an A in there, there's a bunch of letters, and I don't even know. So, yeah, those are things, you'll learn. CJRB, but the AR for artisan, RPM9. And, yeah, I think that's, it's a great idea for a user steel. Good, full stainless. And but a little bit more potent, throwing that cobalt in there and everything, which I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at just a straight 9CR18 to see how much cobalt is in that, because they always like to throw a little cobalt in, kind of kicks up everything a little bit, makes it, according to what I was hearing about the Spy 27, they were talking about that formula for Spyderco where, hey, let's throw some cobalt in there. That'll make everything a little bit better. Just kind of enhance everything. So, yes, interesting steel, interesting knife, design. There's bunches more knives coming out from Artisan and CJRB with the RPM9. So, look forward to that in the future, and it'll be interesting to see reactions from viewers and other people on cutting performance, edge holding, as opposed to competing with maybe AUS 8 or VG10, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even the Chinese D2. I think that would be the real test, wouldn't it? But yeah, ergos are fine. You can't reverse grip this thing. It's just too small. But, yeah, you could just take this pocket clip off, drop it in your pocket. Who cares? It's G10, right? It's not going to scratch up. It's very durable. Take a look at the grain on here. It's nice and grippy. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, we're going to throw down on this sucker. Well, I'm not spinning the pivot. I can move it. Let me stick this in here again. I can move that pivot a little bit, but not much. So there's something in there stopping it from moving. Hold on. There we go. I think we had a little bit of thread locker on there. Ooh, let's see if these are number 6s or what. Yeah, they are. Almost look like number 5s. Really small. And, oh, baby, I'm moving it from the other side, ain't I? Yeah, I got this. Fell out the other side here. Come here. This one's coming out the other side. There it goes. Okay, fine. I turn it on one side, it comes out the other. I don't care. As long as I get the screws loose and apart, so I can open this and I can open it just like that. Okay, now that was my little lanyard pin thing that goes into here, And then there's your back spacer. That held together, and I just dumped some ceramic bearings out in this disc here. Okay. And everything's falling out. And we got ceramic bearings on the other side. Really clean, though. That's clean. And it's a mean, clean machine and looks really good. Okay. So let's look at the other sides here. Ceramic D-temp ball. D-shaped liner here for the pivot. Did some weight relieving there as well. Let's see on the other side. No weight relieving on this side. Kind of interesting, but it's not like this knife is heavy at all. All right, we're on the lock bar side, which is where we started taking this thing apart. And here we have a D-shaped pivot that we're going to put back through here. If you remember, it was strange. The entree was in the front and not in the back. But so we're just going to replicate that going backwards here. And ooh, that's a small little bearing ring, but it's appropriate for this little sucker. And then we're gonna, well, let's throw this on here. I wanted to get okay, here we go, just like that. Okay, there you go. I want to get bearings in here. Push that down onto the lock bar, collapse my lock bar enough to get things in here, including this stop. Come on. Right here. Okay. We got that planted. Okay. Now we've got this side, and that's good. Not a problem there. And of course we got our little spacer here. So we just put it together. We lost one screw from one side and one screw from the other. Oh, well, we better get this in here too. And that's going to be fun. That's probably my biggest complaint about when you do a little lanyard pin. It's not easy to set these back in. Now, whew, okay, lanyard pin. Rethink that if I ever do a knife. I ain't doing that kind of thing. I don't like that. That's just kind of tough to put back in that place there, but it worked. And we've got little number 6 screws, which, yeah, I'd like to see them go to number 8s. I don't think it would be that difficult. And we got it locked down. And I don't know if we're going to have to... Oh, we got to put this in here. Forgot the other side. Okay, I think we hit bottom there. We locked it down. Okay, now, are we centered? Looks close. Missing anything? There's no play. No, that's centered. Okay. All right, we've got our Maileah back together. It looks good. Interesting knife, small knife, inexpensive knife, interesting new proprietary steel. So, hey, what do you think, guys? I like it as far as a small, discreet carry. I like the design and the way they did it. I like the red accents. That really pops. Choice of colors. All that. I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you so much for joining me. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.